Yeah, you like to play hardball, but like Little League hardball, where it's like it's only 6 innings.
It's almost T-ball. So we're talking about how I'm gonna negotiate my lease.
Yes.
I got a renewal. They're bumping it up a couple $100, so I'm gonna be like, listen, I've been here a while. I'm a good tenant. I pay rent on time.
Right.
Just want you to cut me some slack. Let's meet in the middle. How about meet in the middle?
Meet in the middle. It's 200. Let's meet in the middle 50.
Yeah, meet in the middle.
I'm bad at math.
No. We're gonna meet in the middle. $100 more. That's fine. I could do that.
$100 more is fine.
That's fine. Why do you need
$1,200 more a year?
Why do you need 200?
It's greedy, if anything.
It's greedy.
In this economy?
You don't want to have to deal with me moving out and someone moving back in. Come on.
I think they factored inflation too much in.
That's what I think.
Right?
I'd have to actually do the calculate because I don't know what the percentage increase is, but maybe I could use an inflation argument.
Right. Let's go by inflation. It's 7%.
It's 7%.
You might get fucked though. It might
be worse, actually.
It might be worse.
Yeah, I'd have to look at it. But once they're like, yeah, we're not going to meet in the middle, like I said, I'll be like, yeah, all right, you got a deal.
All right.
You played hardball.
You got it.
You got me.
You know, let me pay you $250 for your problems. I'm sorry for even bringing this up.
I'm sorry for making it awkward.
That's
let
right.
me pay a little extra.
Well, let me tell you what I don't like about this apartment already.
Yeah.
Everything. No. It's you can only pay rent by check.
Yeah. Hey, did I tell you about that? I think I told you about that
light.
thing.
I'll keep talking.
I told you about that thing Built, right? BILT.
No.
I just started this a couple months ago. Even if you have to pay by check, they'll send a check in for you, and you get points. You pay it on your like you pay it off on your card.
That's right. Oh, I'll send you the thing.
I'll send you the thing after this.
Has that been like what have you got in front?
I've done the past couple months, and you get you get points every month. So that at the end of the year, you get probably $1,000, $2,000 worth of points, something like that.
But towards what?
Towards like flights or different things. It's something. Or else we're just throwing our money away, which we're doing anyway.
Which we are doing. But even if you buy a house, that's what you're doing.
It is what you're doing. Here's the thing: is I like flexibility.
Okay.
So 1-year mortgages. That's how you can look at it.
Okay, I like that's how you spin it. That's not what it is at all.
That's not what it is at all.
A mortgage implies that you have some sort of ownership.
That does imply that. But flexibility can be argued that has value.
That can be argued it has value. And let's be honest, if we're going to keep with this do less mindset,
right?
Buying is too much.
It's too much. There's a lot of paperwork.
Yep.
There's a lot of you got to go through a lot of bureaucracy.
Hate bureaucracy.
You hate bureaucracy. They make it difficult. They make it difficult for you.
It should be pretty simple.
It should be simple. Today's day and age, our generation, whatever, it's very difficult to, I'm a little older. We're going to not own homes. It's very difficult.
Well, if you're poor.
Right. But I think it was easy. Obviously, it was easier back in the day. They were giving them away.
I saw something on TikTok. You used to be able to buy a house in Montauk at Macy's for $12,000.
Yeah. And then it's in the family.
And boomers truly are like, just do that.
Yeah, just do that.
Like, why can't you just go?
They're like, go into Macy's.
None of that exists anymore.
I know. But that's what I'm saying is they were giving them away, and now they're in the family, so they're like people that are our age that have their parents' house, will move in there and stuff like that. So, but it's difficult, especially around here. I mean, you're not going to buy a house here.
No, it's met Mayhol's. What was it? A wealth manager?
Yeah.
Said if you want to live in the tri-state area, last thing you should do, buy a house.
Yeah, exactly. Because then the taxes too. They're juicing you with the taxes.
Like, how much more is it going to go up? The value. He's like, it's just going to go up with you're going to break even when you sell it.
Right.
It doesn't matter. Hold on to it for 30 years. Great. With inflation, you're fucked.
You're fucked.
So it doesn't matter.
Inflation doesn't stop. It keeps going like that.
Biden.
It will never recover.
It historically hasn't.
It hasn't recovered. It's always gone up.
Until there's a new world order.
Right. Which we might be on the verge of. I don't know.
Listen, not if the boys have anything to do with it. All right? The boys, once China thinks...
The boys could take down China, I think.
I think so.
Just get the boys together.
That's what... Mike, I don't know if you know how the Army works. That's exactly what we've been doing. We've been getting the boys together globally.
Mobilize the boys.
Right.
Let's make something happen here.
Do you think that's what the president says?
I don't think he says very much of anything.
No,
right
well,
now.
maybe not this president, but presidents in general.
If I was the president, that's what I would be saying. I'll tell you that.
Well, yeah, you'd be a pretty chill president.
I'd be chill. I'd be like, listen, just round up the boys, let them take care of it.
Yeah, but you'd also get run all over.
Oh, of
your
course.
International policy.
Oh, I'd get destroyed. Again, I can't even negotiate a lease. I'm not going to negotiate a trade deal with China.
No, you're the opposite of Trump.
Yeah, he's an absolute bully and won't take no for an answer,
right,
or whatever his opinion is. He won't. Like,
you're a
back
victim,
up.
and you exclusively take no for an answer.
Yeah, no, we'd be in trouble. So you got to have somebody who's who's an asshole.
Right.
Yeah.
That should be Trump's running slogan for this next upcoming election.
Right.
Like, I'm not Bramante.
No, you want somebody tough in charge.
Right.
Yes.
And he's a little brash.
He's a little brash.
He's brasher than you.
He's brasher than me. He's going to get things done, right?
Yeah, you'd be a good, like, school president.
Right. I could do that. Because I could talk to the, if there's an issue with the kids or whatever, I could talk to their parents. I could be political. I could calm everybody down.
Yes. You have good guidance counselor energy.
Good guidance counselor
Anyone
energy.
ever told you should be a guidance counselor?
No, but I think I should be. No.
You'd be a pretty good guidance counselor.
I think I would be. I would enjoy that.
Because you've succeeded and you've failed several times in your life.
Exactly. 100%.
So like a kid sits down, you're like, listen, don't even. I know I've seen people like you.
Yeah.
You're not going to do anything.
No, just don't even go to college.
Right.
It's pointless. Just go off and get a trade. Get some sort of trade.
Nothing wrong with a trade.
Nothing wrong with a trade.
No.
No.
You seem like a guidance counselor that would really get hyped up for the employee versus student basketball game.
I'll tell you what. Now that you're saying it, I think I might just be a guidance counselor just for that.
I'm going to bring something to you, Mike. That's why most guidance counselors are guidance counselors. That's why most teachers are teachers.
Just to be able to ball against the students, and just show them what's what.
Yep.
That's everything.
You and Mancusi should do that.
I think we should change career paths just so we could play in the student versus teacher basketball games.
Yes. That's not the best look for a guidance counselor is to change career paths at 36.
35, but yeah, I'm hanging on.
Okay.
Yeah.
I had Hardy next to me.
But yes, time doesn't stop. It'll be 36, I'm sure, in no time. It will be.
Yeah, well, when's your birthday?
July, so it's a couple months
away.
It's
coming up.
I tried what I think about my birthday now that every year just seems to go by faster. And I'm just like,
yes.
It's just, I always feel like it's my birthday. Because maybe it's just like what I'm thinking about, where like, oh, it's December, that means it's already the new year. Birthday is around the corner, Well, I heard this theory that, time goes faster the older you get because it's like less of a portion of your life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that a theory or just a fact?
That might be just a fact.
Yeah.
But it's maybe how you perceive it, right?
Yeah, because you've experienced so much life already to this point. Like a year to you is so much smaller than a year when you were 9.
Right, exactly. And that when you were 9, a year lasted forever.
Forever. Summer? A 9-year-old summer?
A 9-year-old summer
and it was a never-ending summer.
It was a decade.
It was a true decade.
It was a decade. It was a great decade of summer.
Right, now I just like, fuck, I just have to have my AC on for 8 weeks and then we're done.
Yeah, we're done. That's it. And it's over in a blink of an eye.
And I love that. I hate summer.
Summer sucks.
Summer sucks.
You can't be in the city in the summer. You got to be out. Anyone who's in the city during the summer is poor.
Well, yes, that's true.
Here's the thing: is you're not poor, but you're not wealthy.
You're not wealthy
or rich.
No. Well, I'm trying to think because like you could even be poor and just leave the city.
You could.
But where are you going?
That's what I'm saying. Like if a lot of these people that make a lot of money in the city, whatever. Even like, young professionals, they're going out to like the Hamptons, every weekend, right? But if you stay in the city, like especially on weekends, you're not doing good.
No.
So you gotta get out. You gotta get out.
You have to at least fake it.
That's what I'm saying. Fake it. Be like, oh, Mike's going. You'd be like, Mike's out of town for the weekend. He must be doing well.
And you're like, no.
No, I'm up in Endicott, back home.
Did you go to Endicott a lot? No, your parents aren't there anymore.
They're not, but my sister is there still.
So there's not much going on.
There's not much going on. But I love growing up there. I'm sure. Yeah. But I think we talked about it in the last pod. Small town America. Simple life.
It's a great life.
Suburbia.
A Stewart's? You guys have Stewart's in Endicott?
Stewart's, what's Stewart's?
Like the dairy shop. They have milk. They have ice cream. They got it.
Right. So like a lot of mom and pops. We don't have a Stewart's, but like I think I know what you're talking about.
Thing.
Yeah. A lot of mom and pop shops, though.
A Burned Dairy. You guys have Burned Dairy by you? I'm trying to think of upstate references now.
Yeah. Would you consider Binghamton/Endicott upstate? It's more like
yes.
It's more like a middle
Southern
of the state.
tier.
Southern tier.
God, is there anything worse than someone from upstate New York that likes to correct you on what part? Oh no, we're not upstate. We're Southern tier.
Well, I'm just saying,
Fuck
like
you.
I think upstate. If you were saying it, because anything north of the city, people call upstate. Right.
Yes.
But it's technically, if you look at a map, it's like middle of the state. Right.
It's upstate. You're in the state and you're not in the city or Long Island.
So it's upstate.
I
think some people get offended if I call it upstate because upstate elites are kind of like Hudson Valley,
There are no such thing as upstate elites. If you live upstate, you are by default not elite.
Right. Like what about like Westchester?
That's a fine line. I still haven't figured out Westchester. I haven't spent enough time there.
Because don't you think like Westchester up that sort of like coast by the water, those are elites, right?
Westchester does have elites, which makes me think it's not upstate.
So that's like maybe just like, yeah, you wouldn't call that upstate.
Because like you still have hedge fund managers in Westchester. You have celebrities in Westchester.
Right.
Like if you
got a lot of people that work in the city.
Yes. If you live in Albany, if you live in Syracuse, like your biggest celebrity is the guy that owns the car dealerships.
Right.
And that's not elite.
That's right. So maybe that's kind of like the demarcation is if like you're still working in the city, then, maybe you're not upstate.
You need access. One thing I do like that
the train
people say,
access.
If you live by the Metro North, as long as the Metro North is in your area, you're not upstate, and I don't hate that.
Okay, that's
thesis.
Fine. So then I think that's a good thesis. So some people when they talk about upstate, they're talking about like Hudson Valley, which
Hudson Valley's upstate.
Okay.
Kingston upstate.
Right.
Beacon upstate.
Right.
Yeah.
But Beacon, like these like towns like Beacon, they're like artsy and they're still expensive.
Relatively.
Yeah. But they all have like this like elite type of scene where it's like, oh, I'm going to Hudson, New York, and there's like,
Because you know what Hudson and Beacon and all those areas are now? They're fall Hamptons.
Right.
They have become the fall Hamptons.
You're right. Yep.
And I don't hate that.
No, it's not bad.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
It has raised the prices over there.
Yes.
But it has given them a false sense of pretentiousness.
That's right. That's what I'm getting at.
And I don't like that.
Yeah, right.
I need old money.
Yeah, we like old money.
There's no old money in Beacon, Kingston.
That's new
that
money.
That whole area.
Yeah.
It's not even new money.
It's just, I don't know what it is.
It's just like account executives at software companies.
It's people throwing away money.
Yes. Which is also elite.
Which is elite. I like that. Throw money away.
Is there anything better than a rich person that throws their money away?
No, just throw
the best.
Throw money at the problem. That's another do less principle.
Yes.
Just don't deal with it. Just throw money at it.
There's nothing better than someone that thinks they could buy happiness. And I'm one of those people.
And here's the thing. Maybe you can.
Can you prove it doesn't?
Yeah. I think it can make you happier.
Throwing money at problems 1,000% makes you happier.
Yes, because when you don't have to deal with a problem. Like that's the thing with like dealing with like bureaucracy of buying a house. If you don't care, you just like pay other people to do it.
Yes.
Right? But if you want to really get in the weeds of contracts and mortgage and the finances, then that's too much. So, but if you don't care, if you got money to spare or whatever, or you just want it, time is money.
Yes.
So time value of money, inflation. You know what I mean? It's all connected.
Is there anything better than avoidance?
No, that's the best thing.
That's the best thing in the world.
Yeah.
Avoidance.
You just got to avoid. Everything is too much. Like these people are just, I don't want to deal with it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Like, oh, hey, my brother's having a baby shower. You gonna come?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I have a trip planned to fucking Portugal. Oh, well.
Yeah. I don't want to go to the baby shower.
I don't, but I'll buy a trip to Portugal.
Yeah,
to avoid you.
Exactly.
Even though I've historically said on this podcast, traveling is not elite.
Okay, all right, that's interesting. Why do you have that opinion?
And this is all coming from me being from New York City and living in New York City and all that. Mm-hmm. I believe I had this conversation with Dylan Krause was the last person I had this conversation with. What's happening there that I can't get here?
100%. I completely agree with you. I will say I am not well traveled. All right?
We know.
Why? But why do I need to go anywhere? I have everything I could possibly want within a 2-block radius.
Yes.
So everything is just a place. What am I going to go to another place? They got buildings. They got restaurants. They got the same stuff we got here. Who cares?
The number one gelato place in the world is in Rome.
Yeah.
Number one gelato. The number 2 gelato place is 2 blocks from this apartment.
Right, exactly.
So I have to pay $900 to fly to Rome to get something probably just as good.
Right.
Can you answer? Why would I do that?
And here's the other thing that I don't like. I'm not a sightseer. I don't care
about...
There's
nothing I respect less than the sights.
Who cares?
I live here and I've never been to the Empire State
No,
Building.
why would you? But you see like the Vatican, whatever. It's a church.
I've been to so many churches.
Yeah, we've been to a lot of churches.
So many churches.
We know what the churches look like.
I have to go to Rome to see the fucking Colosseum.
Yeah, it's just a decrepit building.
Yeah. By the way, it's broken.
And you know what? I'll watch a movie and I can see it on there.
Right.
Yeah.
I got to go to Paris and see the Eiffel Tower. This is me seeing the Eiffel Tower. So we get dessert or what?
That's it. That's the whole thing.
It's
just a structure. Who cares? It's like going to St. Louis to see the Arch. What's that?
Well, I don't know about that.
No,
St. Louis fucking sucks.
But no, I know it does. But like everyone's like, oh yeah, the Arch is our big attraction. Okay, Paris, whatever. It's just some tower.
Right, it's just a gay arch.
That's all
the Eiffel Tower is.
That's all it is.
Is if the Democrats could make an arch.
So why do you? Why do I want to see that liberal arch?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I don't need to see that. That's pointless.
And now France is fucking protesting.
What are they protesting about?
That they increased the retirement age from 62 to 64.
Well, they
don't like to work.
They don't work anyway.
You don't work anyway.
You're already retired. So what does it matter?
You're permanently retired. What are you working? You're not doing anything.
You don't work anyways.
That's why your country's shit.
Just smoke some cigarettes, go to a cafe. That's all you're doing anyways. Don't they have like 3-hour work days or something?
I think they have 4-day work weeks.
4-day work weeks, but
yeah,
it's always the weekend then. That's always the weekend.
It's constantly the weekend.
Yeah.
And they're always out till 2 a.m. And then they're like, oh, why did America have to bail us out of 2 world wars? Maybe if you worked a little bit.
Yeah.
The boys didn't have to come
The boys didn't have to, Exactly. So France, they're a little too much. They're too extreme. I don't like anybody that's too extreme in any direction. You know what I mean?
My ex wanted to go see the Northern Lights.
Where are they? I don't even know where those are.
In like Finland.
Yeah.
Sweden, Iceland. The Northern Lights. Let me tell you what to do. Turn the lights off, put a black light on, and move it around a little bit. It's the same thing.
That's what I'm saying. What, you see some lights in the sky? Who cares?
Also, that's gay. I have to fly to a colder place to look up at the sky and see black lights. That's gay.
The only reason why I would maybe want to travel more is like because it help people. Like here's the thing about women dating in New York. They want to know that you travel, and here's the things they want to know why.
Mike, we could talk about the. I just got back on the apps, by the way. We can talk about it after this.
But here's
after this point.
Yeah. Here's the thing. They want to know that you travel.
Yes.
Because they think that's their personality. But it also it shows you have money, right?
Oh, that's interesting.
I think it shows you have money, but it also shows you have time to be with them, right?
Because here's the thing, Mike. We're comics.
Yes.
Do we travel?
Yes. But I'm traveling to,
right,
the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
To do the Chuckle Hut. That's what I'm doing.
Right. And what I found out is they don't like that.
No, they don't.
I thought you wanted travel.
Yeah, I thought you wanted
I'm sorry.
I'm traveling a lot. I'm traveling every month.
consistently.
Yeah, exactly.
Have you been to Oxford, Mississippi?
Right.
No.
Have you been to Hanover, Pennsylvania? Because I'll tell you what, I was just there.
They got a bread factory over there in Hanover, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, exactly.
Not too shabby.
Yeah, the Utz factory, I think, actually.
Is that in Hanover? I thought that was in Baltimore.
The Utz? I'm pretty sure it's the Utz. I saw an Utz factory.
Okay.
Maybe
I'll
it's
take
not
your
the
word for
flagship.
it.
Maybe it's not the flagship.
right. Yeah, the only thing Baltimore is equal to Madison Avenue is potato chips.
But yeah, so we travel, but it's like you're not. But they mean, do you go to Europe or do you go
And
to?
by the way, that's all they mean.
That's all they mean.
They don't want to know if you go to Asia.
No. They don't care about Asia. Maybe South. I don't even know if they care about like South America, like or maybe like
No,
it's
they don't
just
care.
it's all Europe. It's
exclusively Europe.
It's Europe and it's France. It's Paris, right? Have you been to Paris? Have you been to Spain? Have you been to whatever? What are the top ones? Italy.
Sure.
Yeah. So that's what they want to know. That's what they want to know. And do you have any trips planned this year? How many times are you going to get the question on a
How
day?
many trips do I have planned this year?
What do you have?
Go to my website and look at the tour dates.
Yeah, but they won't like that.
They don't like that.
They don't like that.
I know. This, I had a point.
Yeah.
Oh.
You said the traveling and the dating.
This girl I'm interested in now.
Yeah.
We could talk about it off
Yeah.
mic, even though I've talked about it several times on mic, and I'm nervous. People are gonna hear about it.
Oh no! All right.
She's like, oh yeah, I want to go to Oktoberfest this year.
Right, Germany.
And
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, and she's like, you want to go to Oktoberfest? And listen, if there's anything I would travel for, it's probably Oktoberfest. But you know who's also doing Oktoberfest? Every German restaurant in this city.
Yeah, go to the Upper East Side. There's a couple German restaurants on the block.
There's literally one on this block that's going to do Oktoberfest.
Right. So
I could go to the Seaport. They're doing Oktoberfest. I could go to Stone Street. By the way, Stone Street Comedy Club doing Oktoberfest.
They're doing Oktoberfest.
The Standard Beer Garden, my favorite place in the city, does Oktoberfest.
Because what are they doing at Oktoberfest? They're sitting around breweries and drinking pints of beer.
I'll put on lederhosen and take the 2 down. That's what I'll do. I'll have to go on a flight to do the same thing.
It's 100% true.
Let me tell you what's going to happen, Mike, if I go to Europe and start drinking. I'm going to ask them what happened between 1939 and 1944.
Because they cannot escape their dark past. That's that's a Metcalf bit, right? But here's the thing. Here's leads me into another thing. We could, if you want to switch gears.
I'm just gonna keep following the gears. You can switch gears. I'll keep following.
I had one of the worst bombs I've ever had last night. Well, it's just like one of those bombs
today?
where
on a Sunday. Where'd you
so
perform?
it was like it's a late night New York Comedy Club sign up, but it's like new joke night. So you're trying like new jokes, right?
Listen, I know the people that are doing late night at New York Comedy Club.
Yeah,
they're lucky they got jokes. They're trying new jokes.
So, here's the thing about. So I just didn't. Whatever. It was 5 minutes. Whatever. Did not go well. But I tried a couple edgy things, and one of them being
edgy for you,
edgy for me. But like that's still not, people don't like when I do it because it's just not my energy. It's not who I am.
I know.
So like I want to try to do it sometimes, but they're like that's not you, and they don't like it. Right. So I did the joke about I've maybe done it a couple times before, but it's like if I was, like around Hitler back in the day, who'd been like, Mike, I think you're very good looking. Right.
Oh, yes.
And I'd be like, yeah, this guy's got some points. Not everything he says is bad.
Right.
And then he's like, yeah, you're just like exactly my type. I wish everybody looked like you. And I'm like, come on, man. You're making me blush. And he's like, yeah, we should kill everyone who doesn't look like you. I'm like, well, now you're making it awkward. And they did not like it. When I tell you it was dead silence. It was dead silence.
But here's the thing about late night.
Yeah.
It's a long show.
It's a long show.
When'd you go up?
Like towards the middle of late night. So is it? Yeah.
They've been there for how long? 2.5, 3 hours? At that
it's
point?
a long time.
Listen.
Yeah.
You're okay.
Yeah, I know.
It's not like a certain. Listen, I did your show Saturday.
Yeah.
And a certain friend of ours, female, did not do great.
Well, it all.
Was a bomb. That's a bomb.
Right. But it never feels good, right? The person before me did very well. They did well.
But the thing with late night is, one person could killed. That's the rest of the energy for the night.
That's true.
How'd
That's
the person
true.
after you do?
Wasn't doing great, but I kind of took the air out of the room.
Okay.
But it was just one of those things where it was like I did some new jokes, newer stuff. Like I've only tried maybe a couple times or never said it all.
Yeah, right.
And it was edgy, or for
Gay
me.
and, yeah.
So it wasn't. I don't know. The point is, do less. Just be yourself. Be authentic. Don't try to be somebody you're not.
Right.
Yeah.
And for you, that's a comedian.
That's.
We're having fun,
yes,
team, huh?
Yeah.
By the way, thank you for the spot.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah, that was good. Saturday.
Yeah,
Got
how'd it go?
exactly what I wanted out of it.
Yeah.
Had to really work the room a little bit because that's a big dem room.
That's where it's Bushwick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's being generous to that room. That's
Right.
East New York.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But I'm saying in terms of the audience, the crowd is, it's like the Eiffel Tower.
Don't get my dad started. But, yeah, no, I walked in and there was some girl on there talking. She's like, I've always wanted to live in New York because I just identified with the LGBTQ community and people were snapping. And I was like, I'm going to have to work.
Whenever you have snappers in the audience.
There were snappers in the audience.
Snappers in the audience is not a good sign.
I got them.
Yeah.
I got the snappers.
That's good. Were they snapping or were they laughing?
Snapping and laughing.
Snapping and laughing.
Yeah, snap, crackle, pop.
That's great. That's great.
I know, but no, I got the bit I wanted.
Yeah.
Out.
I saw it. I liked it.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I was going to forward it because Mark posted a Dalai Lama bit.
Was it similar?
Same, like the exact same time. No, completely different takes on it.
Yeah.
I was going to forward it to him and be like,
what do you think?
not bad myself, huh?
Yeah, that's great.
But I'm not going to do that.
Right. All right, so it was a good show on
Good show Saturday.
You were with
took us 3 hours round trip to
Well,
do
that's
it.
the issue. Is it's
Yeah.
really far out there.
It's not close.
Yeah.
But ran to a colleague or someone that works on my company at least.
Like on the train.
On the subway, yep.
Yeah.
Made me, him, and Mancusi take a picture together.
Wait, he made you?
Yeah, me, Mancusi, and him.
Why did
He
he
was
ask
like,
for a
hey,
picture?
Rich, let's take a picture. And I jump into... I
To
was like,
what?
yeah, sure.
To
And he's
connect-
like, hey, Rich's friend, get in the picture too.
Wait, you're taking a
Yeah, man.
picture
Like,
of the
you want
J
me to
train?
be, on the F, we had to. Yeah, it's a whole thing. We had to take the F somehow
Oh, okay, got
to
it.
get to the J. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Let me tell you something. The J is not a pretty sight.
it was a trip of chaos.
Yeah.
3 insane homeless people on 3 separate subway cars.
The J, I won't take the J.
The J was fine.
Oh, really?
It wasn't the N and the F.
I will take the
Nightmares.
L, and then I'll walk. I have a method. I take the L. There's a city bike station right by the L. I jump on the city bike. I ride like 6 blocks down, park the city bike, and walk over.
Nah, taking the J every time.
Yeah, the J drops you off right there.
It drops you off right there.
Yeah.
Because that place, even as a 6-block walk, a lot of bullets between the.
Whenever you leave, you're like, I made it again.
We looked up lifts back home, and it was like $90. And we were like,
Yeah.
all right, we'll risk the bullets.
You got to risk it. You got to risk your life for $90. See, that's the thing where you could throw money at the problem, though. That's where you should throw money.
That's
at the problem.
exactly where you throw money at the problem.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You got to throw money away at that point because $90, whatever, split it 2 ways. Me and Max take a Uber back every time. It's $30-$40 each, but we're throwing money at the problem or else we're at risk.
I know. I took an Uber back from Long Island back to this apartment last Saturday.
Yeah,
worth it.
Sometimes it just is.
I know.
You're putting a price on your life.
Well, it wasn't that. I'm trying to make moves on this certain chica.
Oh, got it.
And I was like, I can't risk taking the train and messing this whole thing up, so I'll spend $50 extra to take a fucking
That's
lift
another
from
thing,
Long
yes.
Island to the city.
That's a good move.
Didn't even guarantee if she would go to the plans, but she ended up going.
Right.
We'll figure it out later. I'm gonna fuck it all up, but
Right.
Mike.
But that's good. That's a good. In the past, maybe you would have taken the train, but you've learned from your experience.
I learned from my experiences. Nice that the commission check landed when it did. So
Yeah.
to each is gay, but we're not traveling.
Not traveling. Don't need to.
So basically, this is what I'm trying to have the single guys on this pod, Mike.
Okay, good.
How
good.
far in are we? Oh, we're like halfway through.
All right.
I'm trying to have the single guys on. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to cut you. I'm just going to be honest with you.
Shoot me straight.
I asked Juan Nicolone to be on this before I asked you.
Well, Juan, I just want to make sure the mic is working.
Yeah.
Juan, that guy is.
Well, he's out there. Right?
Yes, well, he's actually not single anymore. Did you know that?
I did know that.
Yeah.
But I wanted to hear about his escapades because he had some escapades.
But the guy is, he's just, he's a sexual being.
He's a gigantic. He's not gigantic. He's 5'8".
Right.
But
he's ripped up.
Yes.
He
makes $20,000 a year.
But he's from
and he's
Uruguay.
somehow living. Yeah, he's living on top of the world.
The guy, but he didn't always used to be like that. He could get into it on the pod. I think he actually had most of his escapades like mid to late 30s, like maybe early.
Yes, that's what I've understood.
Like not 20s, but like probably early to 40, because he's like 40. So like maybe like 30,
he's around 40.
32 to 40, he was really out on the town,
which is insane.
Right.
To get into the game that late.
But he looks younger than he does.
I think he's 42.
Right.
It's that soup body.
He looks incredible.
He looks unreal.
So here's the thing. It doesn't really, if you look that good, he can, because he passes for, 30s.
He does.
So like he can still be in the game. You could keep yourself in the game if you stay fit.
But here,
or you have money.
Well, yes. But at 40, what matters more? I think it's the money.
It might be the money. Yes.
Money, power, which he has neither.
He has neither, but he is
hot.
He's hot.
He has an accent.
He has an accent. And he's funny. He's funny.
Very funny.
Yeah, so those are 3 big assets.
I know, but funny, I don't like that. When girls are like, oh, if you're funny, you could get anyone you want.
Yeah, they want you to be funny, but they also want you to go to Paris and see the Eiffel Tower. Right? But here's the thing. They don't respect real funny. They just want like some lame funny guy. You know what I mean?
Here's what they want. They want the funniest version of what they're into.
Right. Okay.
That's what they want.
Yeah.
Because if being funny was all you needed, I'd be with Emily Ratajkowski right now.
Right. That's not all you need, though. You need more than
more than just funny.
Yeah. You gotta have status. You gotta have money.
You gotta be gay.
Yeah.
You gotta go to Paris, to
It's the whole
Helsinki, to fucking
You
Moscow.
gotta have a blue check that you didn't pay for.
Right. Which I don't even know if those exist anymore.
Who knows? Yeah. But you gotta be somebody that people know. You know.
You got to be in the know at least.
You got to be in the know.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. But we're trying it out.
Yeah. Okay, so what? I think I cut you off.
Oh, well,
because you said you're going to have Juan on, but you wanted to have me before Juan.
I didn't want you on before Juan. Juan wasn't available. So I asked you.
So you asked me.
Yeah, so I checked. I was like, when's the last time Mike was on? It was in December, believe it or not.
Really?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying about time, man. It goes by so fast.
It goes by fast.
Yeah.
I know. It felt like yesterday, but it was a whole different apartment. I was in a relationship. I was gay, and now...
That's true. 4 months... 4 months ago?
5 months.
5 months ago?
Yeah, almost
6?
4.5, 5.
Yeah, whatever, Goes by
So
fast.
now look at us. Everything's different.
Yeah.
By the way, where are we getting dinner with Tobin and Mancusi after
That's
this?
a good... Maybe like a diner.
Okay.
Here's the thing. I think it might be 8 o'clock now.
What?
Well, because I thought I have a spot at Grizzly Pear. Uptown, Midtown.
This is all centered around you doing a spot.
No,
Grizzly Pear?
It's not centered around me. These guys are probably still available because we were going to do late night, at Strip. So we sign up at 8. So we were going to sign up and then go get something. But I have something at 7 at Grizzly Pear Midtown. So
okay.
I didn't want to tell you because I knew this is the reaction I would get. But I'd like a diner.
But it's going to be at 8 now.
Might be at 8.
All right.
But these guys might want to meet you earlier. Like they could if you want to meet earlier, you should just hit them up. Because me, I'm at the Pear.
Oh, I spent like 6 hours with Mancusi on Saturday. I got to spend more time with Mancusi.
Yeah, that's true. That's a lot.
Miller was over like 2 weeks ago.
Okay, I'm just, it was happening, so it was in the neighborhood.
Well, I appreciate the invite. but I thought you were going to be involved in that.
I know, but I will be if you want to come hang. At
the pair.
No. At 8, I'll be back in the Upper East Side around 8. Is what I'm saying. So I'm bouncing around a little bit. But I'll be back.
Bopping.
I'm bopping.
You're bopping.
Yeah. But I'll be back around 8 if you want to hang.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll talk about it. I'm sorry.
We'll talk about it. Yeah. We'll talk about it after this. What are we doing?
I don't know.
Okay.
Could you cut?
Okay. So we'll talk.
Do you cut?
No, this is all in.
It's first take, final cut.
Yeah, first take, final cut.
That's our motto.
Only 2 people doing it. Me and Rogan. So.
Well, we do. Same with Do Less Podcast. That's our motto. First take.
Well,
final
that's
cut.
true. You guys don't even film sometimes.
Exactly. Do less.
Dude, that's right. What are we talking about? Oh, yeah. So basically, I'm trying to get people their approaches because now that I'm a newly gay.
Yeah.
How are you approaching the scene right now?
It's not very well. Yeah, I'm sick of the apps. I'm sick of them.
Okay.
I don't like being on them.
I just got on them.
Yeah. I think they're fine.
Well, I'm just on one. I'm on the Hinge.
I want to be an in-person guy.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. And I don't, I know we're in a digital age and it's there's less stigma and all that.
Right. Bitcoin.
But do you really want to meet somebody on an app? If you are an attractive woman,
yep,
you don't need to be on there. If you got a lot going for you, you'll get solicitations.
Yes. I don't think you're wrong. Well, I do think there's less now.
But I don't like the fact that I'm saying that because there are plenty of
gay fish in the sea.
Yeah. And, I've met people on apps that have been great.
I'm sure.
So,
most of them can barely speak English. I've met a few of them.
I'm out on that too, I think. I'm going English. now.
Okay, you're back on.
Yeah.
You're back on making your parents happy.
Yeah. yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't really talk to somebody if it's English is a second language.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I know that.
Yeah, you do know that.
Yeah. I've exclusively dated people that English is their first language.
Yeah, I'm out of the second language.
Yeah, well, it's what it is.
Yeah. So you learn. You live and you learn.
You live and you learn, but I'm trying to think. Because we're trying to make bits out of all this, right?
Right.
So let's try to
what
get
are you
down.
thinking? What do you think?
Because here's my thing, and I had a whole conversation with Mancusi about this Saturday, which is why I would have invited him on, but I've exhausted conversation with him.
Right.
The world, most people, and I think I've said this on the podcast before, so many of these people are nothing people. Like, I was going through my Instagram, the stories of people I follow.
Right.
Dude. Like, these girls suck.
Yeah,
the guys suck.
The guys suck too.
They all suck. People suck.
Most people do. Yes.
They're like, it's a guy with his friend, and he's like, let's get this guy hitched, huh? It's like them in suits. And it's like, oh, cool, he's getting married. And then you hit next, and it's a girl that's like, slams laptop shut till Monday. They post that every Friday.
It's all very generic.
It's
all
so
very
generic.
Surface level stuff.
People just use what everyone else posts as their personality.
Now, are these people just that simple?
Yes.
I think they are.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's like, do you meet someone in person doing the things you love because you know that, like,
they're...
Well, at least... Okay. But this could also just be because most people are on the apps because they don't have personalities. So it's just
myself included.
Well, I didn't want to say it, but you do have a chain on now.
That's true.
So I basically think it's just a hodgepodge or a liquidity pool of nothing people.
Yeah. So I think that. That's most of it.
Okay.
Yes. Lacking personality. It's the ESA. Nobody has any personality anymore because you don't have to have it. In an age of digital social media.
I never think they had it.
Never might have had it in the first place.
I don't think people ever had.
But I think it's gotten
personalities.
exacerbated with all of this, right? They live in their phones. They don't even go out and experience things, which we don't either. But I'm just saying, I think that's part of it. The other thing is, I lost my train of thought. But
you're old.
Oh, so if you are a catch on there,
Yep.
especially if you're a woman, you have unlimited options. Because I saw one of our friends, Tobin. He showed me a girl he was on a date with. He's on some app. It tells you how many likes you have.
What?
Yeah, like so. How many? If you had to guess, how many? Like a girl he went on a date with. He said she was attractive. How many guys do you think liked her? Like, and that she was like in her inbox that she hasn't even looked at yet.
Hasn't even looked at. I'm gonna say 60.
You're not even close.
200.
You're gonna lose your mind when I tell you what the number is.
200.
12,000. So that tells you everything you
What
need.
app is this?
I think it's Field, maybe Field. I don't know. I'm not on Field. But
12,000?
12,000. Maybe that's every single person who's liked her over the course. Like
That's such bullshit. That's Tobin just saying that to make.
no. I saw a screenshot.
12,000.
That's what I'm saying. So like, because guys, if you're an attractive girl, every guy is liking you. Or if you're even whatever. If you're a good looking girl, you're a catch, whatever. Every single guy in the app is liking you, right? And so they don't have to. They don't. Most of the time, it's us liking or reaching out, and not vice versa, right? Because they don't even have to go to the stage of hearting whoever's on there, because they're getting everybody, just an influx,
Right.
So they
it's
can't
constantly inbound.
So they
leads.
can't even. It's constantly inbound warm leads. So they can't even process it all. That's why the thing is like, oh, maybe you have a conversation with somebody and then they just ghost you, or like maybe they match with you and they don't even respond. And it's just like, why is all this happening? It's like, it's just a numbers game. They just can't even keep up with it.
Right.
So that's what makes me feel like the apps are really hopeless, is because like you might every once in a while strike lightning in a bottle, but it's not. The numbers aren't in your favor.
No, the numbers aren't in your favor. But then again,
yeah,
you think. I dated someone that had a personality for 3 years. Ended up being a huge bitch.
So,
Like maybe you should go basic.
Well, that's another route that you could think about. But you'd be bored.
I would be bored, Mike. I would be bored.
But maybe it's time to just throw the towel in and be like, let's just live a boring life. Because you can move out to the suburbs.
You could. It's so easy to do that.
That's what I'm saying, is it's easy to do that. You get a cheaper house. You're not stressed out. It's simple. You got a wife, you get kids, you get a white picket fence, you get a golden retriever, and you call it a day.
Yeah, but that's how a bullet goes into your brain.
Yes, it is. But it could go into your brain this way, too.
Because here's the thing, Mike. There's 2 ways to spice up your life.
Yeah.
You could be a comedian where your life sucks, you're doing spots and no one likes you.
Yeah.
Or you do this basic lifestyle where you get the wife with the kids and the white picket fence, but to spice up your life, you cheat on your wife with someone at work at like 11 p.m.
Right, or you throw all your money away sports gambling because you need to feel something.
Right. So which one's right and which one's wrong? I think we're right.
I think we're right. And I think, and I don't want to take Tobin's quote, but he put it perfectly, where he goes, we are shooting ourselves in the foot, hoping we can walk in 10 years. Because, and maybe that's pretty good. Maybe that started a few years ago or 4 or 5 years ago, whatever. But it's like, that's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Because we are shooting ourselves in the foot. But maybe, a decade after starting, we're going to have the world at our fingertips. And I think that's the hope of that keeps you going.
Right, because if you choose the other route, there is no hope.
Right, there's
You've given up.
You've given up. You know what it is. I'm saying you can't go that route unless you've accepted it. I've never wanted to go that route. I've always known I never wanted to go that route.
Right.
So it's not worth it.
Yeah, you're weird. You're a hopeless romantic that doesn't want to be married.
Why can't you have it all?
All right.
No, right. But I like. I think I would like. Obviously, would like a wife and kids and family at some point. But I also would want to be ready for it. I guess I don't know.
Right. And this is something I was talking to Mancusi about.
Yeah.
Because my cousin has. We went out to brunch. My cousin has 3 kids.
Yeah.
And we go out under average kids.
Yeah.
6 years old and a 2.5-year-old. Very average, very nice kids.
Right.
And I couldn't want that any less.
Yeah.
When are you supposed to want that?
I don't know because my sister just had a kid a couple years ago, late in life.
Congrats.
Thank you. I'm an uncle. Pretty cool.
No
Some
big
people are
deal.
like, Mike, haven't accomplished that much. It's like, all right, clearly.
My sister banged.
Yeah, and she had a kid. So, like, I'm doing pretty well.
Not to brag.
Great kid. Sweetest kid in the world.
I'm sure.
Easiest kid to watch.
No, great.
I was hanging out with her for a half an hour. I'm like, I can't do this.
God, it's just they suck so bad.
It's just too much.
And I can't even. Not only do I not want that, I can't even imagine myself wanting that.
Yeah.
Because I just left and did whatever. Have you ever asked someone with kids what they want? Like what their dream
Their
day
whole
is?
life is the kid. But their dream day was probably like, oh, get a babysitter, go out to eat,
That's their
go
dream
to
day.
movies, just have a day off from taking care of the kids.
So I want to sleep in.
Yeah.
I want to read my book. I want to go out to dinner. And I want to have a night on the town.
We can do that every day.
You described my life.
Yeah, right. We do that every day.
So your dream is my everyday?
Yeah.
What? You know what I've never said? Like someone's like, oh, what's your dream day? Is like waking up at 5:30 in the morning by 3 screaming kids, make them waffles, get them on the bus, and then think like, oh, well, people judge me based off how sloppy they
they're
look.
like, you've never felt the love like that before in your life.
It's so fine. That's so okay.
That's what I'm saying. Wait, that's the justification.
And guess what? Your kid's gonna hate you once they turn 14.
That's true. Then they're giving you mouth. Like they're giving you attitude. They're gonna hate you in their teenage years.
Yes.
You got to pay for them to go to college or whatever. And
it's a scam. You pay for their college knowing it's a scam because you went to college and it was a scam.
Right.
But because you're a part of this nothing circle of life,
right,
you just have to keep up with everyone else. So you have to pay for your kid to go to Wesley, and it's a great name on a resume, but you don't have any connections.
Right.
So maybe they meet some there.
I think the boomers, it was very much, and I respect them for it. It was like, I'm going to work hard, and then I'm going to have a family, and I'm going to give better lives to my kids. We don't have that mentality. It's a different economy. It's a different world. We're more, we're all stupid pursuing our passions, but so we probably can't. But that's like, there's more options available to us now. Back when, my mom was graduating high school, she's like, I could be 3 things. I could be a teacher, a secretary, or a nurse.
Well, your mom's also from Long Island.
Yeah.
We're all Long Island. Those are the only 3 occupations.
Right. But you know what I mean? Like back in the day, there was no professions. Like as much. There wasn't as much. Like we have more of like the idealistic, we can be a comedian, we could be a, whatever.
No, that was also an option back then.
Yeah.
It's just our parents don't have personalities.
Right.
Because guess what? There's people their age who did that.
That is true. That's true. It was even less likely that you would go like an alternative route. Like I'd say 99% of people, went a traditional route.
But so many people go traditional now.
True, too. That's true, too. Yeah.
How many people... The thing is, we don't live a traditional route.
Yeah.
So we think that a lot of people... Almost everyone exclusively lives the traditional route.
Yeah, right. That's true. That's still the overwhelming majority. But you also... I guess maybe we also just see a million people trying to do, something non-traditional.
Right, that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, right. So it's more in our face.
Right.
Yeah.
Where then I hang out with, my high school friends, and my high school friends are people I consider to be, but on paper, are they nothing people? Sure, but they have personalities.
Right.
And even then, I see them, they're like, oh yeah, I got super into pickleball now. And I was like, I would fucking jump off a bridge.
Right, so that's
If you ever hear me say, I'm super into pickleball right now, You have the legal authority to shoot me in the head.
It's the fastest growing sport in America. What does it say about America?
That's exactly what I'm saying. America's filled with nothing people. Where even then they're like, I can't even imagine. You know, you know what's gonna be cool about me? Playing pickleball.
Well, I think like these things can be good things, but they can't be your personality, right? But like I play in a men's league basketball league. I like it. You know, whatever.
I don't have a problem with that.
It's part of who I am. I like a little competition, but like, you know, that's not like, you know, I guess it's part of your personality.
No, there's people that will do that men's league.
Yeah.
And then they get like custom sneakers to match the jersey.
Right.
And then they'll film the game and watch film and break themselves
Yeah,
down.
that's
and
too
they're
much.
like, "Hey, Mike, I just want you to know you've only been averaging 2.8 assists each game."
Yeah.
And you're like, "You're a fucking loser."
Right. That's where you take it. You take it too far.
Yes.
Do it for the enjoyment and for the little
For the
competition and the exercise.
Right.
And you grab a beer after with the boys.
That's what I'm saying. That's fine.
That's fine. That's fine.
Pickleball? I don't know. I just can't imagine. I can't imagine being like, oh, you know what I've gotten into recently? I got back into running. I hope you get hit by a truck. I hope you do, because that's one less boring person on this planet.
So maybe we just got to find women that don't want to have kids. And I think that there are.
But that's also like, I don't want that.
So are you gonna?
I don't know what's going on.
See, we want everything. We want our cake and to eat it too. That's why we don't
want your cake and be gay with it. But
you know, here's the thing.
Fill me in.
If you have money to throw at the problem, which means throwing money at watching the kids. If you have enough money, if you're wealthy, might as well pop a couple out. You know, you have some help or whatever. They take care of them. You know, they're your legacy, I guess. Whatever. Who cares? That's something to do.
No, I do aspire for that.
You know what I mean? Like at that point, you might as well.
Because I want to be very wealthy and essentially incubate my kids with a nanny until they're like 15.
Right.
Until they could play like pretty competitive travel hockey. I don't really want to deal with my kid.
And then when you meet at 15, hey, nice to meet you, man. You know, it's.
Right. I want to be more of an agent than a father. That's what I aspire for.
Right. What's that doc on the guy from the USC, the Marinovich Project or whatever? He was just training.
Oh, the QB kid?
Yeah. He was just training his kid.
No, that father was too involved in his kid's life.
It was too much.
I want to hire a nanny to watch him, then a trainer to train him, and a nutritionist.
Yeah, we're throwing money at the problem.
I want to throw money at the problem, but
yeah,
I do want to be thrown back into the equation,
right?
Starting like 10th grade,
right? When he's starting to shine.
Once he's on TV,
yeah,
and then they shoot to me in the stands, and they're like, "Oh, and that's Rich Apple's son, and there's Rich Apple here. Nice of him to stop by." And they think I'm an involved father, but I'm not.
Right? It's all optics.
It's all optics. It's all smoke and mirrors.
Yeah, right.
That's
Which is everything.
Want.
That's everything. That's how you be successful in life: is smoke and mirrors.
Yes. I want to be LeBron.
Right. Of course, you want to be LeBron. But he's got unlimited money. You think he'll show up at his kids' travel games once on Blue Moon.
Right.
Look how involved he is in his kids' lives.
He's not.
It's because there's a camera on him every time he's there.
Exactly.
He has to go to one game. Look at how good of a father he is.
That's what I'm saying.
He's on the road all the time. He's filming, 10 bullshit shows. He's an NBA player. He's not home.
No.
He's on the road.
He's fake reading.
He's fake reading. He's always on page 1 of The Godfather.
Consistently.
Consistently on page 1. They asked him...
And sometimes it's turned upside down.
They asked him what his favorite scene was from The Godfather. He's like, it's
there's
like...
too many.
It's like
there's too many scenes.
He's like, how could you choose just one? It's exactly when they were like, asked Trump like what his favorite Bible verse was. Yep. And he's like, oh, how could you pick one? There's too many. You know what I mean?
There you go. What other podcast is comparing LeBron with Trump? You name them. You let me know.
Right, exactly. So, but it's, he's got unlimited money to throw money at the problem. Let's be honest. He's 38 years old. He's slowed down just a little bit.
He looked good last game.
He looks great, but I'm saying, what else do you think he's throwing money at? He's keeping the body in good shape.
Oh, of course.
Of course. And I don't care.
And I aspire for that as well.
I don't care.
I
Do
want
what
a
you gotta do.
nutritionist and Ozempic.
Do what you gotta do.
I'm with you.
He's got creams and juices that nobody even has access to.
Never in a million years.
So, whatever. It's modern science. It's, you want to say it's juicing? You call it juicing. But it is what it is.
It's what it is.
We're watching this. You're telling me. I mean, but a lot of people are on it. But you're telling me that we're watching these games and they're not on steroids.
No, all of them are on steroids.
Yeah.
Everyone's on steroids.
They're all on steroids.
People that aren't competitive athletes are on steroids.
Yeah.
I know some of them.
Yeah, I know. They're like HGH or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
Everyone's
state
juicing.
troopers. They're bouncers.
You can go to the gym in New York. Half of those guys are on juice.
That's insane, but it's also accurate.
It's accurate. And you could tell. It's what it is.
My gym crush was at the gym today.
Here, how do you approach a girl at the gym?
I don't. Here's the thing. Coming from a guy that's approaching girls in situations I should not be approaching them in,
Yeah.
I do firmly believe you should not approach women at the gym.
I think it's like they're doing their thing, they're in their workout, they're just trying to escape the whatever work for a little bit, relief from stress. They don't want to be approached.
Because here's my thing.
Yeah.
That's my, not to be gay, sanctuary.
I agree.
That's my escape. So
Right.
in my head, I'm like, oh, this is everyone's. No one should be bothered here. However, no other place is my escape.
Right.
So I will approach you in those places that I should not.
What's an example of a place where you would approach where you should not?
Work.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yes.
Yes.
Right. That's wrong.
Yeah, that's
I know it's wrong. I still do it.
Yeah, that's fine. But a lot of relationships start at work. It's just because you're who you're around.
That's what movies say.
It's because who you're around.
That's what a lot of crowd work clips say.
That's true. Well,
I'll run the example by you after this. Because I've mentioned the situation too much on this pod. And I think people are starting to listen.
Yeah.
And by the way, I'll bring this up because we have a new sales manager at work.
Okay.
And so someone came across my pod through TikTok.
Sure.
And they sent it to her.
Uh-huh.
She was like, I listened to it was the week Tobin's episode came out.
Got it.
And I was like, oh, yeah, it's a pod.
It's a podcast.
She's like, it's pretty wild. And I was like, oh, if you thought that last episode was wild,
Right,
that's
you
nothing.
don't even you haven't seen a Metcalf episode.
Oh my God, if she saw a Metcalf episode.
Right.
But one thing she did say is she's like, I was also really fixated on your feet. I was like, you should read the comments.
Interesting. You're getting a lot of feet comments.
Oh, you don't know?
No, I don't know.
My following, I have a small but very passionate gay foot fetish following.
Those are nice little dainty feet there.
I know, you should read the comments.
Yeah.
By the way, if you could show yours.
I can show mine here. I don't know if they're. I don't think I have good feet.
You got it. We'll let the comments decide. Write down how you like Mike's feet.
My feet are. They're worn. I've never had that. My feet have always been my worst quality.
Well, Mike, the comments will let you know.
The comments will let me know.
Someone commented right before we started this podcast. Tom Luciano's hot with or without his feet.
Wow.
That's a high compliment from this crowd.
I would like to say the same thing about me. Let me know what the feedback is.
Yeah, give Mike be harsh.
With or without the feet. Let me know.
Let him know.
Yeah.
Okay.
How was the episode?
I thought it was a good ep.
I think it was good, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what we'll clip from it. Well, we'll figure
I think
it
it
out.
may be like something in the first...
In the first 20.
There was something in the first 20. I think we had good momentum and flow in the first 20. Probably the travel stuff, you know what I mean?
The travel stuff, yeah. Well, the thing, yeah. I listen back. This is the part of the pod people like the most for some reason.
What, the end?
Like whenever I think it starts to suck, like 35, 40 onward, people like that.
Maybe they just, because it's like everything is just
It's
stripped
authentic.
away. It's authentic. You get a little exhausted, so you're just like, you're real.
Yeah, right. Are you paying for unlimited swipes on the apps?
You know what? I was.
Mm.
And it's a good move for a month.
Ooh.
And then now I'm off it. Because you exhaust all of the top picks.
Yes.
And then you start not getting them. And so then actually I'm back on regular now. And now I'm starting to get good ones again.
Interesting.
So just a little, It's a little anecdote from
Okay.
my
What's
experience.
your mileage at? Out of curiosity.
Now, this is a good question because I was talking to Mara about this, too.
Oh, yeah. Talk about a guy that knows how to date.
Yeah. I was,
I've never even seen him with a woman.
and I was like, mine's like 6 miles because I think that's like the length of the island. Maybe you'll get some outer boroughs.
Okay. That's a good
And he
logic.
was like, that's too far.
Oh.
You need to do like 2-3 max.
I'm at 3 right now.
And I've dialed it back to 3 or 4 because you want to stay within the island, I think. Within the island of Manhattan.
Right.
Or like Brooklyn close by.
Because right now I'm noticing it goes as far south as Midtown South. Like
Yeah.
the location. So I'm like, there's a whole downtown area I'm not exploring.
I think you might want to go below 14th Street.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So.
Or you put your location below 14th
Yeah.
and you set it to like 1 mile. Little trick.
Play around with it.
Play around. It's a little
throw the
trial and
algorithm off
It's a
a
little
bit.
try. Throw it off. It's a little trial and error.
Yeah, I do hate the small talk, though. I fucking...
Here's the.
Hate
I don't
it.
know what I'm all mixed up because I'll try small talk and then it just disappears. But I think you literally just have to ask them out immediately because there's so much inbound, as we've said.
As we've said.
So
As we've
maybe
mentioned.
they'll get offended at the inbound, but it's like, yeah, you got one shot. So what are you gonna small talk? It's not gonna happen.
No, I'm a big, like, listen, text me. It's easier
That's
to go
perfect.
back and forth on here. And it's worked.
That's what you
worked a
got to do.
couple times.
That's what you got to do. That's what you got to do.
All right. Well...
I don't have all the answers, clearly.
Oh, no. I know. I was going to do the opposite of whatever you tell me.
That would be good. That would
Yeah.
be good. I would recommend that. People should ask me for advice so that they could do the opposite.
Yeah, it's Costanza you.
Yeah, they should Costanza me, and they would live great lives.
They'd be very successful.
They'd be
Jeff Bezos said that's his key to success.
really, just do the opposite of what people tell them.
No, do the opposite of what Mike Bramante is doing.
Same with Trump. He's the most successful person ever. And
That's right.
And I'm the opposite. Do the opposite of me. You'll be doing well for yourself.
Clip it. All right, folks. Goodbye.